We're back today with another review. Today we have the KHALIFA Kush coming from NapTimeGardens781. 781 is the phone, the 3-digit for the phone code of Massachusetts, I believe. And as you guys probably know by now, I'm from Massachusetts. So this was a cool one to get to access some of this flower. This guy originally is from Massachusetts. I'm not actually sure exactly what town in Massachusetts. So, either which way, it was cool to get to try some of his flower. This is a guy who actually placed 10th place in Ego Clash for this KHALIFA Kush. It was definitely going to check off most boxes. But how is it going to do in the overall? Let's see. So when it comes to the look, this one is nearly perfect. It is definitely exactly what you're looking for when it comes to looks. The structure of the nugs are beautiful. Nothing is overly trimmed. Everything seems very much taken care of. They very much are doing what they have to do to pass the test for the look. And that's the reason why it's going to get a 10 for the look. I really just can't see anything wrong with the look. Even the smaller buds, which there wasn't a lot of smaller buds, but even those ones were very much great structure to them. Everything about them was just neat and organized. It was stuff that was beautiful for appearance. I could say that there was really just nothing I can see that was going to make me hesitant from being attracted to the appearance. And that would lead us to the smell. How does this actually smell when you first get it? It's amazing when you first get it. I would actually say that this smells way better when you first got it compared to when you're finishing off however much you actually grabbed. I grabbed a ½ ounce of it, so in the end of the ½ ounce, I did see the smell and the taste kind of declined a tad bit. Not necessarily something that is like super noticeable to the point where it's just going to really drastically affect the score at all. But what I have to say is that it definitely was somewhat noticeable. I would have to say that the smell is going to be a 9. And the reason for that is because it jumps out the jar. The second you open it, it's going to have this gassy type smell that is very much appealing. It's almost like you go to an amusement park when you're young and you smell that sort of gas that's coming from the different machines. This is the smell that you're going to get. It's oddly satisfying. I don't know if that makes sense, because a lot of people are probably going to be like,
that gas I smelt at amusement parks was not satisfying.
But this is pretty good. So for the smell, I would have to say this is going to be a 9. I would have to say once it does sort of start disappearing, the smell, it is going to start fading into being a lower score. Maybe a 7, maybe something lower. But I would have to say I'm going to stick with a 9, because the second you do get this and open it up, you're just going to be just amazed. You're going to be taken back by how strong the smell actually is. It's something that isn't common nowadays. As sad as that is to say, I notice a lot of stuff being very airy, almost smelling like nothing at all. It's like you're smelling, you'd probably get a better smell off this empty jar than you would off most flour. So this, well deserving of a 9, could even be higher. The taste on this one, not happy with. I'm not a big fan of the taste at all, to be honest with you. I want to be honest, I just really had no liking for the taste. I'm not too sure if this is an OG. I'm not too sure if this is a Kush. In my honest opinion, it's more of something that's going to be great for daytime, and I'm going to mention that when I start speaking about the effects. But the taste appears to me that it's not an OG. It's definitely not an OG. It's definitely not kush that I'm looking for. So the taste, it's going to be a 6.5. As unfortunate as that is to say, because Wiz Khalifa makes it seem like this is something that is just unresistible. It is resistible in that way. It's definitely not a taste that you're going to be attracted to. If I had to pinpoint what the taste, what I'm disliking about the taste, it has this bitter harshness to it that is annoying to deal with. I did notice that sometimes when I rolled it up or even put it in a bong, it has a much better taste than it does other times, where it's more airy, more almost like a Billy Kimber or an SFV, where it's kind of like an airy OG and like a kind of OG, because like a SFV, in my humble opinion, isn't OG. And that's what I'm kind of referencing, is like how it has that SFV, but it's like almost like a sunflower seed OG type smell, I guess. But that's kind of what you're gonna get sometimes. Other times it's definitely gonna be more airy, funky, bitter, and weird. Not really sure what that is 100% from. If it's due to the strain itself, it's kind of what I'm seeming to want to believe. I don't know. It's possibly either that or something that they're doing when they're growing. I'm not sure what he's feeding these plants. Who knows? All I do know is the reaction I was getting to the taste, I wasn't happy with. It's just not something I was super appealed with, and for the reasons I already mentioned. So this one, for the effects, I'm actually just gonna have to give this one a 9. I truly can't really see anything that's like bad about the effects. It's definitely something that is potent, and it's going to show the cushness. I hope that makes sense. The cushness. It's going to show itself more in the effect than it's going to do anywhere else. I guess you could say it kind of shows itself in the smell. In the smell, I would say it's more of this like gassiness that is kind of like its own thing. It's not really like a kush. It's not really like an OG type of gassiness. It's kind of like its own thing in a way. So I don't know. I really don't think this is kush. I don't think this is OG. I wonder what the hell this is. But for the effects, I would actually say a 9. I really do enjoy the effects. It's this very... It's powerful. It's definitely powerful. It's definitely something that is going to put you in this headspace that is very creative, very uplifting, and very much something I think is great for making music or recording videos. Anything creative that you can think of, this would be something that is going to be great for that, as long as you don't need a super instant reaction time. I will say it might slow down your reaction time in a way, but it's not necessarily one of those like Gorilla Glues that's just gonna have you like all stuck and shit. It's gonna have you still in the zone. So this was like a great friend of mine when I was training for the past couple weeks. I think this is something that has been a huge help for me, because it will have you very focused and centered and very uplifted in like a very spiritual, happy, almost medicated way. But it's not necessarily like that OG where it's gonna knock your socks off. It's not gonna like have you feeling drunk like an OG Kush would. Like the real OG Kush is gonna have you feeling like the Josh D's OG. That will have you feeling drunk. This is more or less gonna have you in this spiritual, uplifted, enlightened sense of mind where you're just gonna feel super happy and kind of like this. This is what I feel like when I smoke this. I feel happy, joyful, and just relaxed in a way. You know what I mean? I feel as if I can take on any task that's coming towards me. I'm not gonna be like a deflated balloon, but I'm definitely gonna still be relaxed. So hope this makes sense. The final overall score is gonna be that right up there. I think this is definitely something that's going to rank very high in the contest that I'm going to be doing. Don't think it's going to be the thing that wins it, but hey, maybe. It's looking like it has easy competition so far. There's one thing that I just did a review on that got a 2.5. It's amazing. Somehow a lot of this stuff in the market is god awful, and this right here was a breath of fresh air. So much appreciation to Naptime Gardens for growing something that's actually going to be appreciated, and I think a lot of people who smoke this would appreciate it as well. So much love and respect.